What's going on, everybody? I'm Jay God the Poet. I'm a vintage and sneaker reseller. I run Shop Lyrics Boutique, where I curate new, gently used, and vintage clothing and sneakers. Everything from 90s sneakers to today's fashions. Today I want to share with you how I got started and why I do what I do. All right. So I got into fashion maybe 18-20 years ago. I was always, when I was younger, I was always like looking at the latest sneakers, looking at the latest clothes, stuff like that. So what happened was my father, I don't know why, but my father took me school shopping at Goodwill's. And I thought it was like amazing. I was like, oh my God, I can get one-of-one pieces. Nobody else has these pieces. But I didn't know that it was a thrift store. I thought it was just like a store that nobody like knew about, because I would find a shirt and then I couldn't find that shirt again. You know what I'm saying? So my father introduced me to it. But when I was a little bit older, my sister, she took me school shopping and got me into like outfits, sneakers, hats, stuff like that. So she formed the whole like uniform of an outfit for me. But my father introduced me to like the thrift side, and I didn't understand it or know what it was at the time. And then when I got older, I was always going to like yard sales, thrift stores and stuff like that, looking for like pieces that I could use. Like if I needed a button-up shirt for like a job interview, I would go there and get one for like $7 or $6 or $5, whatever it is at the time. And it made me realize like, hey, there's other pieces in here that I can like potentially use. So I was thinking about it heavy, and I just never pursued it. But around 2018, 2017, around that time, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. Y'all should be if y'all are into like the YouTube and the reselling game. Round 2 started in Richmond, Virginia. Round 2 is a vintage clothing shop that sells sneakers as well, and it was one of the only shops here in Richmond. And they have broadened their business to other states. They even went over to I think Paris and did a pop-up over there. But they were here, and it was so close to home that I was taking pieces into them. I was even going there shopping, but I was taking pieces into them to sell to them and from my personal collection. And then one day, just to get a little personal with you guys, one day I was a little down and out, and I needed a little bit of money. So what I did was I took a bunch of stuff to them to try to resell to them. They turned away some of the stuff, but took the other stuff, right? And gave me a little bit of money. And then you guys seen him on this channel, Dame. He was there and he saw me, and we went outside. He bought the rest of the stuff from me, and yeah, so I just needed a little bit of money so I can make sure my daughter was wasn't hungry. And that's basically the story of me getting into all of this. All right, so when I actually decided to try to the resale side, what happened was I was 2017, 2018, I had back surgery. And I was watching a lot of round 2 videos, and hey, if they could do it, I could do it. And if you guys don't know their story, they started in a storage unit and worked their way up to all the stores that they have now. But what was interesting about it was they were from where I was from. So I was like, hey, let me see what I could do, if I can build something similar, or at least something that's manageable for me, so I can at least make a living on it. And what I did was, after I had back surgery, I was able to go out a little bit, and I went out and started shopping for items and started putting it up on Facebook Marketplace, not knowing about eBay or anything like that. I was just trying new things, trying to figure out how is this going to work, right? And it didn't, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it did not work for me. What I did was I ended up going to donate everything back to the thrift stores that I couldn't sell or whatever. And it was a big bummer for me, because I was like, man, like, what am I not doing correctly? Why is this not working for me? Why is this like not taking off the way I wanted to, right? And so what I did was I started driving Lyft. I was going hard with Lyft. I was doing Lyft constantly. And I had a lot of free time and downtime. And when I stopped driving Lyft, I would be near stores that I can kind of shop at, right? So I stop at these stores to shop at. And I'm like, okay, let me see if I can find some stuff. And I was finding a lot of Ralph Lauren polo shirts. Whether it was like the big horse, the small horse, whatever it was, the collar, the t-shirts, whatever it was, I was finding a lot of that stuff. And I said, all right, I'm gonna capitalize on this. I'm gonna buy everything, right? And I just started like posting on my Facebook page, because my Facebook page has a decent following. So I started showing the stuff on my Facebook page saying, hey, this is what I got. I was getting a little bit of traction, right? And then I ended up doing a poetry show. So I am a poet, and this one particular event, I can't remember the name of it. She's gonna kill me for this. I can't remember the name of it. But Miss Angel from Dessert Divas, she actually threw this event and she was looking for vendors. And I said, hey, can I set up as a vendor? She said yes. So I set up my stuff, and that night I made a pretty decent profit. And I was like, hold on now, like maybe this is something that I can do. And it was only like a 2 to 4 hour, I think it was like a 3 or 4 hour event. It wasn't like a full 7-8 hour days. It was like a 3 to 4 hour event, and I still made decent profit. People were supporting, people were shopping, and I had very, 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 very little inventory. And then right after that, unfortunately, COVID happened. And when COVID happened, I was trying to figure out a way to shift and still make money. So I was I continued to drive for Lyft, and just wearing a mask and all of that. But I would still stop at stores and shop and try to find stuff. So what I would do is I would drive Lyft, then I would go to the stores, find everything I needed to find. That evening, I would do a Facebook Live and put my Cash App at the bottom of it and say, hey, this is the price of these items. If you buy 2, they're a little bit cheaper. And I was selling like the polo shirts and the graphic shirts, the graphic t-shirts and stuff like that on my Facebook page. And what I would do is I would offer free shipping. Free delivery, not free shipping. I would offer free delivery. I would go and deliver it to either their house, their job, if they were out to eat, wherever it was, I would meet them and deliver their order to them, right? And then what I would do is I would also bring the extra inventory that didn't sell in the trunk with me, just in case I ran into someone that wanted to buy, or if someone hit me up and say, hey, can you meet now or whatever, I would already be ready and have it in my trunk and just meet people. And then I would also set up appointments so people can shop too. If they didn't feel comfortable shopping on the live, I would bring everything. I would pull up to like a Target parking lot or like any parking lot, set everything up on my car, and people would shop off of the car and out of my trunk. And that's how I realized, I was like, hold on, I might have something special here. Let me see if this can work for me. And it's slowly still growing. So I touched on a little bit about my journey on how I got to get everything off the ground and get it started. I had to learn a lot from like YouTube when it came to like shipping, eBay, stuff like that, sell through rates, how to source certain things, how to look up certain things. These things were very, very hard for me to actually like research, because in my mind, I didn't know where to look. So I was literally doing everything on YouTube, the same place that this video is going to be at. And I learned from like Rally Roots, Harry Tornado, Paul Cantu, Jacob Starr, even Kais Omar, and Cool Kicks, and even Round 2 was talking about it and stuff like that. And then the whole phase of like internet selling, I basically learned from all of those videos that I've watched of collective, and took pieces from each one of those videos and each one of those people, and said, hey, I'm gonna just figure out a way to do this myself. And that's what I did. And now today, I'm doing more like in-person events. I'm doing more whatnot shows, stuff like that. And people have been recognizing me from these videos, and it's just inspiring me to keep doing and keep pushing to put these videos out. And that's why I'm taking the time and dedicating time to just give you guys my story on how I started reselling, on everything as far as like reselling and stuff like that. And also to give y'all a little background that I didn't touch on. I've worked in retail most of my life. Shoes, a place called Sports Zone, The Source. I even worked at the children's place, the little kids clothing store. And like it was always something about customer service and retail that I love and I enjoy. It's still a part of me to this day. I took something from each one of those jobs and applied it to doing this and making it what it is today. So yeah, and what's next is I'm gonna keep continuing to do pop-ups, keep continuing to source new inventory to be at these pop-ups. Currently we are prepping to go to Charlotte, North Carolina. You guys are going to see that video either I can't remember before or after this one, but I did a thrift haul on everything that I'm bringing down there. And but yeah, that's what's next for us, like continuing to grow the social media, the YouTube, the Instagram, the TikTok. Those are the 3 platforms that I'm gonna try my best to like capitalize on. I do want to continue to do these long form videos on YouTube, so that's what I'm gonna do as far as like pushing out content and pushing out videos that way. So if you guys enjoyed this type of video where I gave you guys a background into what I'm doing and what I've done and how I got to where I am, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will check y'all on the next video. I greatly appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.